Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, a little bit different of a look for today's video versus episode 1 and 2. Just kind of experimenting with different looks. If you are interested in this Supra journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell to be notified of when I drop a new video. So today we're going to be taking a look at the interior. We kind of have it taken apart right now. From last time when we did the transmission fluid, we took the center console out. I've also had some steering column parts off of the vehicle for quite a while now. Mainly going to be taking a look at the interior and cleaning up the carpets. You can see it's very stained here. So yeah, it's stained very bad on the carpets. We're going to take off both of the seats and clean up the carpets as much as possible to see if they're salvageable first. We'll also start making a list of what parts we may need to replace, and also some items that may be eligible for weight reduction and how much that weighs. Actually, I don't really have anywhere to make a list right now. Let's see. So it's on there pretty well. I'm just gonna go ahead and document everything that I need to do or to replace on the interior or anywhere in the car. But we're gonna start off with the interior first, since that's what we're doing today. And also, weight reduction. I'm gonna need a better marker than this. So the first thing I'm gonna wanna do right now is remove the seats and the floor mats, just to kind of get a better look at the carpet itself. One major thing I wanted to do also is just clean up the center here. There's a lot of like ashes and hair and crumbs and everything in the center. Before we put the center console back in, I want to clean that all up pretty good. I don't know what these bolts are for. That floor mat is super dirty. This floor mat might just need to be replaced. So the first thing I'm going to remove right now is the passenger seat. It's like the bolts that are holding in the passenger seat rails are 14 millimeter. The front one's off already, so this should just come up. As I got the passenger seat out, you can see the carpet here, and there's a couple stains. And there's several stains actually, but there's some really bad ones right here to the side of the floor mat, and on the sides here also. Looks like the floor mat really protected it underneath, but like to the sides, yeah, looks pretty bad. So here's the driver's side, and it's a whole lot dirtier underneath the driver's side one. So this one is power, so there might be a connector underneath it. We'll be able to see it, I believe, once we actually get it lifted up, we'll be able to disconnect it. So one thing I probably should have remembered to do was move the seat. So I disconnected the battery before doing this, and the rear ones are easy to get to, but the front ones are covered by the seat now. And they're not impossible to get to, but they're a little bit more difficult, so I would have probably been better off leaving the battery connected so I can move it forward, then move it back as needed, but it's already disconnected, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish taking these off. God damn. Yeah, you can see there's a whole bunch of crap in here. So the one thing I didn't show you guys yet is the way I'm going to try to clean the carpet. I have this Turtle Wax carpet cleaner here. Make sure to get one with a little, whatever this is called, to scrub it real good with. I also had this lying around the house, some OxyClean. This is made for stains on clothes. I also have this vacuum here, and this is a household vacuum, but we'll see if we can get as much of the like dust and stuff like that that's in there. It's made for pet hair, so it should be able to get most of like the dust and hair that's kind of embedded into the carpet, at least. Only thing that I'm really concerned about is this here. This is stained really, really bad. And I'm not sure if I want to take out the carpet and try to wash this down real good, because that is just pretty nasty. I don't know if that's going to come off at all. It feels like that's oil or something, because it feels damp. So I'm not really sure what that is, if it's just like oil residue, how it got there. We'll try the stain remover, but worst case scenario, I might have to take the carpet out and try to wash it. So that is probably, yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. And like I said, this video is mainly gonna be about like figuring out what to do with the interior, even though I'm gonna try to clean up the carpet as much as possible. It's really just finding out stuff like this, like what needs to happen to get this thing in good shape. Got this attachment on here now, and I'm gonna try to use this to get as much of the like little things out of the carpet. I gotta make sure to do more of is keep bolts together and labeled, because I always have a tendency to not know what bolts go to. Like these bolts here, I mean, I could probably figure it out once I start putting stuff back together, but it just kind of sucks that I'm not sure. Oh yeah, they go to the shifter. Yeah, when I did it last week. Okay, well, that solves that. So this might be a bad idea, but I decided to take off the carpet and just take it out of the car and try to clean it, because I do have to do the weight reduction on the car anyways. There's some tar and other stuff, insulation underneath the carpet that I need to take off. So this is probably the best way to clean the carpet, is by taking it out. Looking down the middle, it looks like I should be able to take out the carpet without cutting it. I know in some cars you have to cut it down the middle, up front by the center console or something, because it might be attached. I pulled back on here and it wasn't attached all the way across. I think that's how it is. It's attached right here, but if I unbolt the handbrake, I should be able to pull that. I did start off taking off this piece. You got to be careful when taking this piece off. Here, there's 4 screws here. This one was really kind of stuck on there. I just actually kind of worked it out of there, because if you break it, these pieces are going to probably be hard to find. So I was very careful in getting that taken off. Then there's this. These are really fragile. It started cracking a little bit on some of these pieces, which shouldn't be a problem. It should still go on pretty fine. Took off the dead pedal. There's 2 Phillips heads on the dead pedal. Right here on this piece of plastic where the fuse box is, you can take the fuse box cover out, but there's 1 screw in there that you need to take out, and looks like you need a deep socket to get that out. So once you got the cover off, there's just 1 screw there, which is a 10mm. It's actually just a 10mm nut that holds it in. And you just want to be careful when you're pulling it off on the side here. Again, these plastics, I mean, this is a 30-year-old car. These plastics are probably going to be hard to find. Once you get that out, this part up here should start just coming out. We'll need to take off this here for the seatbelt. It's 14. That just looks like it stays on there, so I'm probably just gonna leave it on there so I don't lose it. I tend to lose stuff. So I'm starting to peel this up from here, and this here is really moist, feels moist, and it looks like it's stuck to the bottom. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, or so I'm gonna find out once I start lifting this up. Other things I'm gonna have to take off right now to get this all out is I'm gonna have to take off the back seats, which I've taken off a lot of times, so I'll be able to take that off, lift it up, and then the back of this carpet should come out. So on the back side of this panel, there's a piece of rubber / plastic, and there's a Phillips head here that you need to take out. And once you get that bolt off, you don't really need to take the whole thing off completely. Just kind of pull up a little bit on it, and the carpet should come up from underneath there. And so it's coming up. Underneath the carpet, there's a piece of foam, and then there's another black piece of foam here, and then underneath that is the tar, and that's mainly for sound deadening. On this side, that foam is like stuck to the bottom. Looks like this is gonna come out. I'll have to take out that thing for there, which is for the seatbelt. I'll have to take that off. It looks like it's coming off here just fine. So this side's pretty much all, like, that's not in there. That's just, you know, it's molded, so it's wanting to go over that way, but it's all out. This is all out. This is all out. This is all out. So I just need to take that off, and then the other side should be very similar. Alright, so I'm pretty much tired for today. It's Sunday night. It's probably be about 4 o'clock. It's 4 in the morning, and I gotta work tomorrow at 9 in the morning. I don't make good decisions. I don't. But I got about half of the carpet out, so this side can be taken out. Just need to do all the same stuff I did on this side, on that side, and it should come right out. I actually don't have to cut anything, so that's actually good. So I'm gonna definitely try to clean it up real good, and taking it off is probably the best idea because I'll be able to have access to all the sound deadening stuff, and I need to do some rate reduction. But I'll be able to at least try washing it, spray it down real good, scrub it really good, vacuum it with like a floor vacuum. I also saw a molded carpet online by some aftermarket company, and it's pretty affordable for what it is. I just don't know if the color is gonna match or if it's gonna fit perfectly. So let me put that link down in the description. Let me know what you guys think. Should I get like an aftermarket carpet, or should I just try to finish cleaning this one up real good? Should I try to spray paint this one that I have? I don't know. I mean, it's just a little bit stained on the driver's side. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it serves its function pretty well. As long as there's no real major problems after I get the driver's side here taken out, I think it should be fine. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna try to go to sleep, and tomorrow I'll try to finish the rest of this video. And we're back. So it's the next day. Last night I was up pretty late. I was working on the car till like 4 in the morning, and didn't get to sleep till like 5 or 6. Had to wake up today really early, but ready to take out the passenger side of the carpet now. And you can actually see that the carpet is pretty clean on the passenger side. Off camera, I did do some cleaning up of the carpet here on this side. I just kind of vacuumed it a little bit better, brushed it down, took off the rear seats. So those come off pretty easily. There's just a little tab on each side here. You just pull that back and pull it back over there as well. And just make sure to slide the seat belts down into the little holes, and the seat just comes right off. A while back, I actually started doing weight reduction here, so you can see some of the tar. Pretty much all the tar underneath the back seats has been taken off. You can see some residue just kind of left over there. You can see it a lot better in the trunk as well. So you can see all these unpainted white areas are where their sound deadening used to be. So that's all been taken off. So this is all weight reduction right here. Basically no tar sound deadening in the trunk or the back seats at all. There's still some underneath the driver's and passenger seats. So once we take this carpet off, we can start removing some of that sound deadening as well. This is the driver's side here, so right now I'm at the front of the car. That's the back of the car. And this is the driver's side, the one that's really dirty. And you can see the foam mat that's under there, just pretty much, you can feel it. It feels moist, like there's oil on there. Yeah, it's really oily. On the passenger side, it's a big difference. It's like so much better shape, and it's fully on there still. And obviously there's no stains on there, so I mean, what could that be? The clutch fluid, the brake fluid? I don't know. Here's the inside. So that foam just got stuck in here. When I lift that up, I'm gonna have to see if one of those pedals were leaking. It doesn't look bad. Definitely looks a lot better on the passenger side. All this sound deadening is going to come off. Yeah, this is all sound deadening. But I mean, the sound deadening, it's gonna be louder in here. And I know I'll get hate for that in the Supra community of, like, you know, if you want to go fast in a Supra, just throw a 2JZ in it, or just, you know, throw a turbo on the 7M, fix the head gasket, and leave that stuff in there. And that's going to be a big portion of people is saying just to leave the car as it is. It's a GT car, just upgrade the horsepower. I don't know, I like to work on everything. I like to work on the performance of the car's handling, the car's braking, as well as its speed even though this car is not meant to handle. I mean, it's definitely not as well handling as my 86, but it can handle better than it does. So that's where the weight reduction comes into play. That's where I'm gonna upgrade the suspension and the brakes and everything. So definitely my goal for this car is 3,000 pounds. I'm not gonna go extreme. I'm not gonna go like ripping out the interior and just running around without an interior on a Supra. All that stuff that I'm gonna remove out of there, when you take it out, it looks like pretty hollow and it's gonna be louder inside. But once you get the carpet back in there, you're not gonna see that stuff. So it's still gonna look original inside. It's gonna be a little bit louder than it was stock, but it's gonna look original. I'm not gonna chase after a 2,600 pound Supra. I know one or two people have done it that light, but I'm gonna chase around 3,000 pounds. So 3,000 pounds is the goal. What I'm gonna do now though is I am gonna try to drive this car tomorrow. So I'm gonna be able to see if the brake fluid or clutch fluid is leaking. I'm gonna put the driver's seat back in and I'm gonna put the back seats back in just so I could drive it. It's gonna look like crap inside. If someone looked in there, they might be like, what's going on here? But yeah, I'm gonna put the back seats back in, the driver's seat back in, and tomorrow I could probably just do it here at my house. But I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna put a lot of soap on it. I'm gonna use the hose and just wash it as thoroughly as possible. I don't think I'm gonna remove these stains any more than I have so far. I don't think I'm gonna get this to look like that. My options are to get a new carpet. Other option is to find like a junkyard Supra or see if someone's parting out their car somewhere. That's gonna be really hard to do, and it's probably gonna be expensive, especially if it's in good condition. The aftermarket one is an option, or I could just throw this back in there, maybe put some liner here, and then like a all-weather floor mat. I don't know yet.